Hello, everybody, and welcome to every episode of SpongeBob Season 2 review. Last time I didn't do my rating system, and I didn't specifically name it, but it's good, average, and garbage. Like, Pike Eye was good, meh, and scumball, but, I said change it up, and, you know, it's not add a quote, and yeah. So, yeah. I'm not gonna mention future episodes and seasons like I did in season one because I thought that was too much. So I decided to, not mention anymore, right? So anyway, without another ado, let's get into it. 21A. Your shoes untied. SpongeBob forgets about how to tie shoes. In fact, everyone except SpongeBob do not wear shoes. Like literally none of them wear shoes. The highlight, of course, is the Loop de Loop song. What's not to love? Even also the Flying Dutchman makes a cameo. Wow! But is this a good episode? Sure, it is a good episode. Um, yeah, it's just good. It's a good episode about tying your shoes. It's funny. It's good. It's just good. Yeah, it's just a pretty good episode. 21B, Squid's Day Off. Squid was put in charge of the Krusty Krab. He tries to take a relaxing day, but he's scared Bob will destroy the Krusty Krabs. Fun fact, first time Squid was in charge. Um, Highlight. I like Squid being so paranoid that SpongeBob would joy when SpongeBob, all SpongeBob is doing is just standing there. He's paranoid every time. He goes crazy. Thinking that SpongeBob would really. It's not even SpongeBob's fault. It's just Squid. It's just Squidward's own paranoia that's ruining his day off. Because SpongeBob's not doing anything wrong. It's just Squidward thinking that he'll do something wrong. This is a good episode about how Squidward can go crazy inside, and it has this, and the fact that the SpongeBob scares him so much. 22A, something smells. SpongeBob thinks he's ugly when he smells. Fun fact, it's sort of an episode of it's basically an episode of grossness, if it wasn't obvious. I like the ugly Barnacle story by Patrick. It's a good episode. I like it. It's a pretty decent, good episode. I like it. And I appreciate it because it doesn't. It's not like overly gross, but it's like pretty good. And also in this episode, Patrick mentions he doesn't have a sister, which keep in mind that. 22B, Bossy Boots. Pearl turns the Krusty Krab into a teenager hangout. Now, this is a pretty unique idea. This is the first appearance of Pearl in season 2. I like the Krusty Krab names. It's pretty cool. I think this is a nice idea. And also the concept was good. I like the chemistry between Pearl and SpongeBob, and also Mr. Krabs. I like how it works out. This plot is pretty cool. It's a cool idea. Letting Pearl in charge. I think it's a good episode. Seeing how like a teenager can bring to the Krusty Krab. 23A, big, pink, loser. In effort to win a trophy, Patrick copied SpongeBob. But in fact, Patrick is hired to the Krusty Krab after all. I like Patrick copying SpongeBob. Also, there's that. I like Patrick. No, I like Patrick. I don't like that. And I like how Patrick tries so hard at the Krusty Krab. And I like how yeah. And I look at it. Also, Patrick's hired to the Krusty Krab, which he's been. Oh yeah. This is a good episode. I like the jokes are funny. SpongeBob, Patrick, and SpongeBob. Patrick's not overly joking. He just wants a trophy, and he doesn't get a trophy for doing absolutely nothing. Which seems like a pretty lazy way, but go on him. 23B, Bubble Buddy. SpongeBob makes Bubble Buddy, and they annoy the citizens of Bikini Bottom. Fun fact: first appearance of Bubble Buddy. I like it's Leif Erikson Day. Even though this episode has nothing to do with Leif Erikson Day. Literally nothing. I don't know what it has to do with. What does it have to do with Leif Erikson Day? Bubblewood is annoying. I don't like how SpongeBob annoys the citizens. It's kind of annoying. It's just not funny. Like, and it's real in the end that Bubble Buddy is actually alive the entire time. And guess what happens? SpongeBob and Bubble Buddy they bury a person at the beach at Goo Lagoon, and They leave him there, and Boba is just left there to take him out, but he doesn't take him out, meaning that he let the person die. Even it's not just because he's not alive, so he's just a bubble. It's shown that he's alive again, so he specifically chose to leave that guy to die because, and the show is so going up. Heaven. Yeah, he let someone Bubble Buddy let someone die and he's alive, which makes no sense. And I know it's cartoon and he annoys everyone and I'm so sick of it. I don't like it. It's really annoying. I'm sick of it and I don't like Bubble Buddy at all. He is super annoying. It's not funny. Like the barely anything for me. Like it's just a garbage episode. I don't like it too much. It's just so much too much for me. It's just uh 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 just garbage. I'm sorry. I don't like it too much. It's just so ah. 24A dying for pie. When Squidward thinks he poisoned SpongeBob, he tries to give him the best day of his life. Fun fact is the second episode after Squidward and Friendly Ghost where they mentioned the word dead or died or dying. Yeah. It's a really good episode. I like this episode pretty much. I like Squidward so much. He's a guy who I like. I like how he tries to give SpongeBob the best of life by doing literally anything for SpongeBob. I like the chemistry between SpongeBob and Squidward, and they kind of become friends, even though SpongeBob has some weird things that Squidward has to do. This is just a solid, good episode. 24B Imitation Krabs. Plankton impersonate Mr. Crab to get the secret formula. Fun fact for this episode, they have a story of Plankton disguised as someone else to steal the formula. Highlight SpongeBob not knowing Robot Crab is fake. Like he believes everything. He's so naive. They believe anything. And he kicks out the real Mr. Krabs. And I like this. And this episode is actually pretty unique at the time. Because there's no other story. Plankton disguises himself. Yeah. Anyway. I think this is a solid, good episode. I like SpongeBob naivety. I like how SpongeBob makes Plankton or Robot Crab, Plankton's inside Robot Crab, to do weird things. Yeah. I like how it blows up Chum Bucket again. Yeah. It's just a good episode. 25A, Wormy. The citizens of Bikini Bottom are scared of a butterfly. Fun fact, first appearance of Sandy in season 2. I like the Friend song. I like how when it's there's also that close up shot that's kind of scary. I like the Friend song. This is a good episode. I like how certain Bikini Bottom are so afraid of it. They're like paranoid of it. They're like so scared of it, and it's kind of funny how everyone's so scared of a butterfly. Yeah. Anyway, 25B, Patty Hype. SpongeBob opens a stand, sells colorful burgers, and it gets popular. In fact, it's the second time after Bowl Stand where SpongeBob starts a business. I like SpongeBob getting popular. It's a good episode. Yeah, I like the idea, and I like how in the end Mr. Krabs gets the blame. Yeah, something that SpongeBob did. Not really. Yeah. To be honest, those colorful Krabby Patties are kind of yeah, even though it's SpongeBob's fault, Mr. Krabs got greedy and he took over SpongeBob's sandwich. If he hadn't, then the SpongeBob probably have got the blame. Anyway, yeah. 26, a grandma kisses. SpongeBob gets kisses from his grandma, and his people in the Bikini Bottom people bully him for that. Fun fact: first appearance of SpongeBob's grandma. I like SpongeBob's grandma. She's so sweet. To be honest, I think this is a good episode because it shows that SpongeBob tries so hard to be an adult, not be a baby. And even though to be honest, this episode is kind of like a very low good episode because it's just yeah, it's just kind of because the people bully him too much. But I think it's kind of to be honest, it's a very low good. It's not that good to be honest, but it's pretty good. It's good enough. Like how SpongeBob and Patrick at Grandma's house trying so hard to be an adult, which kind of pulled the episode up to good. So yeah, it's a good. But if it wasn't for that, I'll put it at average or maybe even garbage. 26B Squidville. Squidward moves to an area where people like him, where everyone's like him, but soon he gets bored of it. Fun fact: second time after opposite day, where Squidward tries to move from SpongeBob and Patrick. However, he actually gets to move away, at least for a little bit. I like Squidward's montage of him slowly getting bored. This is a good episode. It's just I like this episode because it shows Squidward he needs some chaos in his life. Otherwise, it's gonna get too boring for him. And he needs some fun in his life, which is SpongeBob and Patrick. No, I'm not sure how much SpongeBob and Patrick are actually fun. I'm just thinking that they give him a little more entertainment or chaos, so he doesn't get bored. It's a good episode. 27A Prehibernation Week. Stanley drags SpongeBob into the ring. Extreme sports before hibernation. Fun fact: first time Sandy goes hibernating this season. I like SpongeBob. He's trying not to. He's trying to go along with Sandy. Yeah, and he's kind of going along with Sandy's extreme sports. I think it's a good episode. It's a solid good episode. Even though there's another episode later this season that's kind of about Sandy hibernating, didn't go in hibernation. So is this like is that like a sequel to this episode? 27B Life of Crime. SpongeBob and Patrick think they've committed a crime. This is a hilarious episode. This is a good episode. I like the ending where it turns out it's Free Balloon Day, which is a twist. Fun fact: when the fire appears in the episode, Patrick mentions why the fire is disappeared because it's underwater. It's like when they mention it, it's like suddenly it goes away. Yeah, this episode's hilarious. Like they went away when the words are all pointless. 28 SB Christmas Who. SpongeBob tries to celebrate Christmas and Bikini Bottom. Fun fact: first Christmas special and the first special of the show. I like the Christmas song. And also I like how Squidward tries to make up for SpongeBob after SpongeBob gave him a gift when Santa doesn't come. So Squidward pretends to be Santa, and I like how Santa's actually drunk. And I like how everyone's cheering for Christmas. In the end, Santa doesn't come. Everyone blames SpongeBob, but then Santa does come and cheers SpongeBob up. I like how Squidward in the episode. I like Squidward in the episode. Also in this episode, Sandy is not hibernating, but it's like Christmas because it's winter, so that makes no sense. Maybe she went hibernating after. She just appeared after appearing only for one time. Yeah. Anyway, besides that, this is a solid special. This is a good episode and a good special stuff. This is a great Christmas special. Everything about it is good. Oh boy, we have something new. 28B, the SpongeBob Christmas special. Patchy tells a story of SpongeBob's first Christmas while decorating his house for Christmas. Patchy and Polly for the first appearance of them. I like Patchy and Polly how it looks so cheap, but in a not a obvious way. It's supposed to be a style of it. It's hilarious. I like how Patchy's Christmas tree is like SpongeBob and Patrick's, and there's one Squidward, which is sad. I like them decorating for Christmas. It's entertaining. It's a nice way of breaking up the episode, and it doesn't drag on for too long. Unlike, yeah, They are good segments. So what? So when you combine them both together for a special, what do you get? You get a good combination slash good special. These both are great specials, and I like them both. They're solid. They are both solid Christmas special. 29A Survival of the Idiots. SpongeBob and Patrick get trapped in Sydney's dome during a snowstorm, and while she's hibernating. Hey, isn't this like a sequel to the Survival of the Idiots? No, not Survival. No, Prehibernation Week. This is kind of a sequel because that one was before. Yeah. Anyway, I like Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry, and I like how I won't. It's kind of scary because Sandy at any point Sandy can attack them. I like how they fight off, and I like the jokes they do. I like how they try to escape, and I like how they try to have fun. And I think this is a good episode. I like how Sandy is also kind of like turns into a big monster, no big bear. I don't know. I don't know. She becomes really big, fat. Anyway, I don't know. She like becomes big and the monster attacks SpongeBob and Patrick. Which is really interesting for an episode. 29 be dumb. SpongeBob gets jealous when Gary spends more time with Patrick. Fun fact, first time Gary leaves SpongeBob. I like SpongeBob in the window. Hey, yeah, I think this is a average episode. It's just kind of, it's just Gary likes to be with Patrick, and SpongeBob tries to bring Gary back and gets sad. Yeah, that's it. Um, and I kind of feel sorry for Patrick in the end because the only reason Gary was with Patrick because of a cookie. I feel really sad for Patrick in this episode, and I feel bad for Patrick because Gary didn't care about Patrick himself. He cared about his cookie. Yeah. Yeah. This is kind of average. Yeah, it's just there. 38, no feed rides, no free rides. Mrs. Pop passes SpongeBob in effort to get him out of her class. However, she then tries to get the car back. Fun fact: first appearance of Mrs. Puff in season 2. Highlight: I like SpongeBob and Mrs. Puff fighting over the car. Like SpongeBob then turns into a radio and then pops out like something like that. And then the police chased him, and then it's just all chaos. Yeah. So this is a solid good episode. Baby, I'm your biggest fanatic. Fun fact: first appearance of Kevin, and only appearance of Kevin because I don't think he has ever appeared again. I like Kevin being stung. And he deserves to be like because he's been such a jerk to SpongeBob and it makes SpongeBob. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the description. SpongeBob tries to impress a snobby group of jellyfish because he tries to get SpongeBob to get stung, but then he gets stung, and he deserves it because he's kind of snobby and a jerk. Yeah, I like how Patrick touches that big sting on that fish. It's a good episode. 31A, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy free. SpongeBob and Patrick try to make Man Ray a good guy. The first appearance of Man Ray. I like Man Ray. He's the best part. I like how hilarious he is, and I like how Patrick is, and I like how Patrick and SpongeBob interact with Man Ray. And I like, and for a title name of them, it's more about Man Ray than Merman and Barnacle Boy because they're going on vacation or whatever. So yeah, it's just how Man Ray's in mayonnaise or whatever, or tuna sauce or whatever that is. I think this is a good episode. 31B Squirrel Jokes. SpongeBob tells insulting squirrel jokes. Second fun fact: second time after culture shock, the Krusty Krab has a comedic show stage, like the ending, where SpongeBob learns after being tortured by Sandy, um, that you can't that you have to tell jokes about everyone, not specific, not about just one person. You have to tell jokes about everyone, and also Bikini Bottomites are like become like racist towards Sandy, I guess, or insult Sandy as well. Cause yeah, yeah, it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson that you should also make jokes about everyone else, not just one person, not single out one person. It's a good episode. 32A Pressure. Splendid competes with her undersea powers on whether sea creature or land creatures are the best. I like the sea creatures that turn into puppets on land. That's some fun fact. And also, I like that. I like Squidward the best because his nose sticks out very much. And it looks, even though Squidward kind of looks ugly on land, I like it. I like the competition. Like they all get, they get motivated to beat each other. I think it's a good episode. To be the smoking peanut. Sonia believes he's upset over a performing oyster. Um, Fun fact: Patrick is arrested like he's kind of in the life of crime. I like the twist at the end that it was Mr. Crab the entire time. This is a good episode. Yeah, this is a good episode. 33A SB Shanghai. SpongeBob and Patrick are forced to work for the Flying Dutchman crew. What's weird is that this episode isn't 11 minutes, but it isn't 22 minutes either, so it's like in between. Fun fact, first appearance of the Flying Dutchman in a special. I like the Flying Dutchman and how Squidward also gets Shanghai as well. And they both fight her, and this episode had alternate endings. Speaking of alternate endings, this is a good episode. 33P Yo with Patchy does something? Yes? Fun fact, there were original Patchy segments that had a contest for the ending of Shanghai. Like, you got to choose the ending. It was between SpongeBob, Patrick, or Squirrel for the last wish, because the Flying Dutchman did 3 wishes for them. And the ending they chose was SpongeBob, where he makes Flying Dutchman a vegetarian. I like Patrick in the cannon where he gets blown, where he goes flying in the sky. Um, the Patchy segments that replace the original ones are awful. They're edited wrong. The original Patchy segments are mangled with the new Patchy segments, so it was really badly edited. Like it, it's like all over the place. It's like him messing around all over the place, and it's him messing around all over the place. And the only thing I like is Patchy flying in the air. It's just so mess. It's just so messy. It's awful. These are like the worst Patchy segments so far. These are is a garbage segment. This is awful. It's just weird edited. It's so badly edited. It's like it's like it seems they didn't have much time and they just lazily mingled everything in. So what do I think about both of them combined for a special? Well, even if the patchy segments are really edited and are pretty awful, the episode itself is a good combination. Even with the patchy segments, they don't go too much, and to be honest, they're not too bad. 33B, Gary takes a bath. Thunder tries to give Gary a bath. This is another short. The title Gary takes a bath is like wrong because Gary actually never takes a bath. I like SpongeBob trying to get Gary in the bath. Also, I like the broom, the soap on the dropping the soap on the ground. It's like that dirty. It's like a dirty joke. I won't go into too much with that, but yeah. I like SpongeBob trying to get Gary in the bath, like trying to convince him to get in. This is a solid good episode for a Gary episode. This is actually good because it's actually entertaining, funny. 34A, welcome to the Chum Bucket. After Mr. Krabs loses a bet, SpongeBob has to work for Plankton. Highlight, it's a song between SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs. Alright, this is another one of the few episodes like Walking Small that has nothing to do with the formula that involves Plankton. At least in season 1 to season 3. Um, I like how Plankton tries to treat SpongeBob well, and when he does, SpongeBob gets lazy, and then he makes SpongeBob into a brain. Makes SpongeBob he uses SpongeBob's brain to make a robot, which is cool, like he did for Imitated Crab, except he doesn't use Mr. Krabs' brain. This is a good episode. This is a solid good episode. Entertaining, funny. Well, actually not less funny, but still good episode. 34B, Frankendoodle. SpongeBob creates an evil counterpart with a magic pencil from the surface. Fun fact, first appearance of Doodlebob. I like Doodlebob, and I was like, despite the fact that he's a drawn SpongeBob, he competes with SpongeBob and Patrick, which is, something that, yeah. Yeah, I just like the fact that, it's, I like how Patrick says Finland, and, it's, um, yeah, I like the fact that, yeah, it's just a solid good episode. That's kind of it. Yeah. It's just pretty good because I like the fact that it's just entertaining, and I like the part where like the pencil actually came from the surface, like where a painter. It's such a unique idea of where the pencil came from. Yeah. 35A, the secret box. SpongeBob wants to know what's in Patrick's box. Fun fact, Patrick says that it's an embarrassing Christmas party photo, but it's not shown. Highlight, like SpongeBob trying to sneak into Patrick's house. We never see the photo. Like, we never see the photo. Yeah. Um, yeah. The Christmas party episode, it was the Christmas episode from a few episodes ago with Squidward taking an embarrassing photo of SpongeBob, but I don't think that's the photo. Is that the photo? Maybe. It's a mystery of what the secret box is. It's a good episode, though. 35B Band Geeks. Squidward tries to turn the citizens of Bikini Bottom into a band that shows up to his rival. It's a good episode. Fun fact, this is the first appearance of Squirrel. Highlight, sweet victory. What I have to say about it that nobody else has said about it before. It's a great episode. Amazing. It has basically everyone in Bikini Bottom attending. What I have to say, it's just so good. I like how Squidward gets to be happy for once. And yeah, I like the joke. It's funny. Yeah, what I have to say that most people haven't said already. 36A graveyard shift. SpongeBob and Squidward get spooked by a story while walking at night. I like the first appearance of Nosferatu and SpongeBob. I like the twist at the end. Nosferatu was originally supposed to be like Nosferatu wasn't supposed to be in the special. It's such a bizarre thing to be in SpongeBob. It's just such a strange thing. But yeah, it's a good episode. 36B Krusty Love. Mr. Krabs is split between his love of money and his love of his puff. In fact, this is the first time Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff interact. I like Mr. Krabs and has to deal with his cheapness and his love for Mrs. Puff, which his love for Mr. Puff overrides his love of money. This is a good episode. For the 7 Procrastination, SpongeBob gets distracted while writing an essay. I like how they made the episode about procrastination interesting. I like how SpongeBob gets distracted, and there are two scenes that were later removed in reruns, how they were put back in later. Yeah, like when SpongeBob walks outside. Yeah, because it looked like because Sandy and Patrick were animated weird. Yeah, I don't know too much about that, but yeah, it's a good episode. A solid good episode. It's funny and it's entertaining. Also, it's kind of I like how they made an episode about procrastinating actually interesting. 37B, I'm with stupid. SpongeBob acts dumb to make Patrick smart in front of complete strangers who are not his parents. Fun fact, this is the first appearance of Patrick's parents. I like the twist. It is garbage. Like, even though the strangers are not Patrick's parents, there's they know a lot about Patrick for some reason. The story's kind of flimsy. Patrick's at the start is actually good, but then towards the end, but then towards the then as the story goes on, it kind of gets annoying as Patrick slowly stops being funny and starts being the most annoying person ever. And SpongeBob it goes crazy. It's just SpongeBob. It's Patrick being a jerk. This would fit in with like season 6. Yeah, this is a garbage episode. 38A Sailor Mouth. SpongeBob and Patrick say bad words. Fun fact, the voice actor has to say bad words and then bleep them out. We still don't have the uncut version. Highlight, you like Mr. Krabs saying the swear words when he stubs his leg. And his grandma coming. Yeah, yeah, people try to get this banned because of swearing, even though it doesn't even have any swearing. You just bleep them out with like animal sounds. This is hilarious and this is a good episode. 38B, Artist Unknown. School teaches an art class book. SpongeBob attends in. Fun fact, the first art episode. And I like SpongeBob School eventually getting up angry at the end that he accidentally makes a statue. But is this a good episode? Yes, it is. 39A, Jellyfish Hunter. Mr. Krabs uses SpongeBob to trap jellyfish. The fun fact, first time Mr. Krabs is treated as a villain. I like the Hey All You People song about the jellyfish patties. Yeah, I think this is a good episode. And I like how Mr. Krabs is a villain in this one. 39B, the Fry Cook game. SpongeBob and Patrick compete in a fast food cream competition. Fun fact, second time after Neptune's spatula with a sort of fry cooker. Like a fry cook game between Spongebob and Patrick, where they compete against each other, and I think it's a good episode. 48. Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm. Sandy tries to hunt down the Alaskan bullworm. This is a forgettable episode. I like the first appearance of the Alaskan bullworm. I like the Alaskan bullworm. I like how the rest of the Bikini Bottom moves to the Bikini Bottom off a cliff. And this is a kind of forgettable episode, but it's a really good episode. 40B, Squid On Strike. Being tired of Mr. Krabs' unfair policies, SpongeBob and the Squirrel goes on strike. Why would they do that more often? In fact, another episode like Nature Pens, the SpongeBob quits his job at the Krusty Krab. I like SpongeBob failing at striking, and this is a good episode. And that's every episode of SpongeBob Season 2. 35 good, 1 average, and 2 garbage for the pie chart. As you can see, 92% of the series is good, only 3% is average, and 5% is garbage. There's a lot more. Comparing to Season 1 SpongeBob, there's a lot more good and when you look at the percentages, and a lot less average and garbage. Based on that, this is a good season. Note, Season 1 and Season 2 are different in design. The season has a bunch of episodes people like. The first time Patrick the Pirate appears, and 2 specials in the season. Top 5 episodes are Sailor Mouth, Frankendoodle, Life of Crime, Ben Geeks, and Squidville, and honorable mentions Christmas Who. Bottom 5, The Smoking Peanut, The Secret Box, Dump, Bubble Buddy, and I'm Stupid. Thanks to Podcast for inspiration. All the images were Wikimedia comments. I'm Dipot, and goodbye. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you for Season 3, and goodbye.